Good evening, good evening, good evening. Welcome to another episode of Ladies of Legacy. Of course, I am Angela Thomas Smith. I am the queen of collaborations. I am the founder of AALAC, the African American Author Literacy Awareness Campaign. Where I truly believe in bringing awareness to brown authors all over this world. I'm also the CEO of Aspiring Authors Magazine, where I believe in touching on topics that nobody wants to talk about that's affecting our brown community. With that being said, I'm super excited about the show tonight, being sponsored by Aspiring Authors Magazine as we present Ladies of Legacy. These amazing women from around the world are creating a legacy. They're paving the way for others to come after them. So tonight I have another amazing queen that's going to be sharing just a little bit about who she is and how did she get here. And then, of course, y'all know we're going to end with talking about legacy. So if you would, take this opportunity to share this in your circle of influence. Somebody may need something that's going to be shared on tonight. So share. Hello, and welcome. How are you?
Hello, Miss Angela. I'm well. I'm very well.
Hello. How are you?
Can you hear me? Uh-oh. Can you hear me?
Isn't that acting crazy? Internet just don't want us to be great today, looks like we're having some technical difficulties. I see no live motion, but y'all know we keep it pushing. Enemy be busy. But I don't stop. Y'all know I don't stop. Y'all know I keep it pushing because what? There's a purpose for us being here tonight.
Right.
How are you?
I am doing very well. And like you said, the enemy, he know when it's something good going to be happening. So he try to block it, but it's okay. We here.
We are. Wow. Ladies of Legacy. Wow. How did you get here?
Well, I guess I should say my name is Juana Lyles. I'm a licensed professional counselor. I ended up doing a coaching program with another lady of legacy that you already interviewed, which is Miss Glendora Divine. And she challenged us. And so here I am. But I am the owner of Lit Wellness Center, which stands for Live Intentionally Today. I am like I said, I'm a licensed professional counselor. I work during the day and I do my own business part-time in the evenings. I primarily work with veterans who have suffered from combat or sexual trauma. And that's I am a veteran myself. And that's kind of what kind of got me to this point of wanting to help others. I just love helping people. I love helping them heal from their trauma. And I do a special type of trauma therapy called brain spotting. And I did it myself. And it's just been such a healing thing. And I just wanted to share it with the world. I am a mother. I have two wonderful children, Anthony and Maya. I have two beautiful grandbabies, Jace and Kavea, and some grandpuppies too. So, and I'm a wife, and more than anything, I'm a child of God. So I am just thankful to be here. And I thank you so much, Ms. Angela, for hosting me.
Wow. You are definitely amazing. And then you, oh my God, you already don't start touching into some things that I love. I love talking about mental health. I love talking about mental health in our brown people because why? Because we don't like to talk about it. We like to hurt in silence. We don't like to heal. We think it's weak when we don't want to be strong no more. So I
Yes.
thank you because, and then you say you're doing something new because you tried it. Well, I just have to throw it out there. My nephew's in the military. He's getting ready to go serve overseas in the next couple of months. He's done one tour and he's getting ready to do another tour. And he sees a counselor. He always talking about his therapist. And in the beginning he did not want to do it. Um, but then Auntie be talking to him, and you not weak, baby. That don't mean
That's
you weak, honey. Auntie had to do it because Auntie wanted to be healed and truly healed. So I had to go through and I had to get to the root of what was going on. And that's what's wrong. We have to go and get to the root to what's going on. So I thank you. I'm so glad to see you and Glendoria and Trisha and Marquetta, my brown queens in mental health, in the medical field, paving the way for other brown boys and girls to come afterwards.
yes.
Y'all are definitely trailblazers because when I was coming up, I didn't see a lot of brown
Mm-mm.
therapists to doctors, nothing dealing with health and nothing dealing with our mental. So I applaud you guys.
Well,
I want to
thank you.
hear about I want to hear about your practice, your 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 center, your wellness center.
Well, right now it is teletherapy. I just started and I opened the door. Well, I did all my business paperwork, let me say that, in June of last year. And I just was kind of scared. And, like many of us, we don't get that prompting of like, you can do it, even though I have people in my corner saying you can do it, but sometimes we just doubt ourselves. And I ran across Glendora and you know how she is, so she was like, girl, you better get out here and do this thing. So here I am. But I have been seeing clients. I have a lot of clients, and again, it's like almost like a fear of success. And I know that sounds crazy, but it's like we get scared. We're not taught these things in our community. And you know white people do it all the time, and I don't mean to be racially biased any kind of way, but white people do this stuff, but we don't do this for each other. And we don't lift each other up all the time. So that's why I'm really loving being here with you and seeing the movement and everything that you're doing. But in my practice, that's what it's easy for me to do it for people, because as a helping person, that's what we do. We can help everybody else, but then ourselves, we need somebody else to help us. But so in my practice, that's what I do. It started out as a podcast, actually. I was working with, I gotta give a shout out to my first coach, Minister Brian Fitzpatrick. He I was just trying to support him. And so the whole idea was I was going to write a book. And so I was doing coaching sessions with him and thinking I was just going to support him. And out of it, there was no book, but there was a podcast, because I don't know, God just put it on my heart. And what it was called was Live Intentionally Today, because I wanted people to be lit and stay lit. And it's all about your mind, body, and spirit healing. So as a therapist, we're taught not to really talk to people about your spirituality and God unless they bring it up, because we have to be unbiased, not share our values and beliefs with other people. But the Lord is within me and my light shine everywhere I go. So if he come out, he come out. So they just have to deal with it. But that was a way for me to kind of talk and get mental health things out to people without having to come to therapy. Because like you said, in our community, in the Black and brown community, we don't get that. It's like you don't tell anybody. You better be quiet. You better not say nothing to nobody. So we're used to keeping everything shoved down inside. And I say either you implode or you explode. And of course, I don't want people to do either one. So that's my goal. It was like a quick way for me to help people, like just get some mental health help without having to actually go to therapy. And then from there, the business was born, the private practice was born. And I was stuck because I was praying about it. And I was like, what am I supposed to call it, God? And at first, everything that was coming to me was on purpose because I feel like I'm on purpose. Um, and just being here and being present, I'm on assignment, and I know that. And so that's what I was thinking about. And I spoke to my coach, and he said, "Girl, did you ask God? Then why are you calling me?" So then I went back to just being Lit Wellness Center because I want people to get a full body experience, not just like clinical mental health. But when I open my real doors, like in the brick and mortar place, it's gonna be more of where you can be centered mentally, physically, and spiritually. So like you might come in there and get your nails done. I don't know if that makes you feel good. I want people to be able to come to that place and get something out of it, because sometimes it's just that little thing, getting your nails done or your hair done, sometimes that's that self-care piece. And then you feel better because when you look better, you feel better, right? So I just want people to get that, and like, massages or, whatever it is. And yeah, so that's kind of my business. I'm sorry.
Wow. And where are you located?
I am actually, okay, so I live in Alabama. I live in Phoenix City, Alabama, a little bit of tiny space right by Columbus, Georgia. So I am licensed in Georgia. So I work and do everything in Columbus, Georgia.
Wow. Cool, cool. And I know where that's at. Wow, that's amazing. I'm excited for you. You have to come back and share with us when you open your brick and mortar. So maybe we can do an event and
Oh,
do live and make it big and share it with everybody. I'm excited for you.
well,
Wow.
thank you. Thank you.
Wow, wow, wow. What a legacy. What a legacy to leave. Wow. So how did you finally make the decision and say, okay, I'm gonna get into social working. I want to get into mental health. I want to be that change that I desired to see.
Well, you touched me. I was listening to you. I started following you and everything. And you said that you were a survivor of suicide attempt. So was I. And when I was 19 years old, I was sexually assaulted while I was in the military. And um, I lived with that pain, trying to mask it, trying to just, because you're not supposed to tell anybody. You're just supposed to just go. And I didn't know what was really wrong with me, but I was having symptoms of post-traumatic stress disorder. But I just kept, underneath our clothes, we got an S to say superwoman, right? So
Mhm.
I just kept trying to push on and push past it all. And I was in the Army, like I said. I had, you know, relationships that didn't work out or whatever. And then I met my husband, and we, he's just like my soulmate. I love him so much. But it was like God sent him to me. But I was like 36 years old before I went to get my own help. Before, I went to therapy so many times, right? Um, but it was when I was 36 that I said, you know what, I'm tired. I am so tired. And I said, I need to get my own help. And so that's how I made that decision. But before that, my brother's also in the military. And so during my military career, I was what's called I was a lab tech, like people that do the blood testing and drawing blood and all that in the hospital. And so I was going to school for that. And I was going to finish my degree, and I had to take one class, one class. and it was a humanities class, and the only thing that was available was psychology. So I said, okay, well, I'll just take this class, this online or whatever. I'm gonna do it real quick. And I just fell in love. I was just like, oh my gosh. And as I started doing my undergraduate and then into my master's degree, I started thinking back over my life, and I said, God designed me for this, because all the stuff I went through, it was on purpose. I know he didn't mean harm for me. He didn't mean evil for me, but the things that happened, it made me be who I can be today to help somebody else. Because sometimes, we learn in therapy that all you have to do is have empathy. You don't have to go through something to be able to help somebody. But I'm telling you, it's a whole extra layer when you can understand it, when my stuff ain't the same as yours, but I understand that hurt that you went through. And I never wanted to see another person go through that. And it was just like every duty station that he put me at, every duty station throughout my Army career, I spent 18, almost 19 years in the military. So every duty station, I was impactful to people. They would always come to me, and I was like, why are these people talking to me? I don't know how to help them with this. But when, one person in particular really impacted me, and, well, two really. So one was one of my soldiers, and her story was just so traumatic. And I was just in undergrad, and her father actually killed her mother in front of them. And I didn't know what to do to help her, And this is when she was 7. And so she was just talking to me, and she was like, Sergeant Lyles, help me, whatever, And I told her to do something. I said, why don't you write your dad a letter and get all your stuff out? Just get it all out. And I didn't know she was going to send it to him because he was in prison. I didn't know she was going to send it to him. I just was like, get it all out. And she did. And she was able to receive healing from that. And I was like, Lord, maybe I'm really built for this. Like, maybe this is what I'm supposed to be doing, and then I started building my confidence in it. And then another person, she was another young female, and she was just struggling one day. And I was like, hey, girl, what's wrong? And she said, I'm really thinking about killing myself. Like, I'm gonna be honest with you. And I was like, whoa, wait, what you mean? And so she just started telling me all the stuff she was going through. And I spoke to her. I just sat her down, and I told her my story about how, I had tried to kill myself. And so she was looking at me as someone like, like, you're a leader. You did all this stuff in the Army. There's no way, And I was like, yeah, there is, And I said, this is what depression looks like. This is what anxiety looks like. This is what trauma looks like, because we hide it, we mask it, and we don't know what to do with it. And sometimes we don't even know that that's what happened to us. We don't even know, because we think that is normal, or we think, because somebody hasn't told us. And she was going through a lot of that. And so I shared with her, and then, I still keep in touch with her today. So, she didn't kill herself, obviously, but, just to be able to impact somebody like that, just to, sometimes it is just about sharing your story. Because I know it wasn't nothing but God that helped me, because the way I should have died, but I knew when I didn't die, that there was a purpose. There was something meant for me. And every time I have a client, I tell them, if this is all I was supposed to do in this world, I would be okay today. If I was just supposed to meet you and help you with this situation, I would be okay to leave, because I know that every person that I meet, every person that I interact with, especially my clients, that it's ordained that either I'm getting something from them or they're getting something from me. So we're on assignment together. And so it's just within me to make sure that that assignment is complete. So.
Wow. Now that is powerful. And you keep throwing around these words, my favorite words, purpose. That is my favorite word. I tell you, this journey hasn't been easy, but the fact that he said that he had a plan for us.
Yes.
I'm just taken back to Genesis 2:7 when he said he breathed the breath of life in us.
Mm-hmm.
So that means a part of him is on the inside of us. We can run, but who we hiding from? We can't hide from something that's in us.
Right.
Can't hide. You are definitely touching lives and you're doing it in a way because you are so soft spoken and you're just so loving. I can just feel the love in your voice. And
Oh.
you probably just baby them and just I mean it just I would want you to be my therapist. I would want to come sit and talk to you for real. Like you make it seem like like I need to go sit at this lay on this couch and talk because she can listen and she won't be judgmental. You just
Mm-hmm.
seem so loving,
Oh,
and that's what is needed. So I thank you. I thank you. Wow. How can people support you? How can they follow you? How can they check you out? How can they come over to your business?
well, in Georgia,
Get some
if you live in
sessions,
this,
chat if they need to chat.
okay. If you're in Georgia, I could see you as a
I don't
therapist.
know if we
So,
froze. Can you hear
uh-oh,
me?
I can hear you. I can hear you.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I can hear you
Um,
now.
in Georgia, I am, since I'm licensed in Georgia, I can only see people currently in Georgia. I assume we'll be licensed in Alabama, my state that I'm in. Um, but you can, I contract myself to several organizations that help me with the insurance. So if you wanted to do that, you could find me on there. I'm on Psychology Today under Juana Lyles Lit Wellness Center, and it's LIT Wellness Center. Um, I have my podcast page on Facebook, which is Live Intentionally Today. So you could find me on there. And yeah, that's my regular Facebook page. I'm selective about those people though. So just because a therapist, you never know who trying to follow you. So my personal page is a little bit private, but it's my name, Juana Lyles. Um, but yeah, that's pretty much it right now. I do have a book that I co-author with people from my church. So I have a chapter in there. It should be dropping soon. It's called A Bridge to a Better You. Glendora has us working on them 3.0 journals. So that should be out soon here as soon as I can finish it. But yeah, if you want to just follow me, it's Juana Lyles or Live Intentionally Today on Facebook.
Wow. And you are definitely living intentional. I want to talk about legacy before we leave. What
Okay.
does that word mean to you?
Um, really, legacy is, just like in the Bible say, for my children's children, right? So I look back over my life again and I look at what my grandmother came from. She was poor, she had 10 kids. Um, you know, then my mother was a product of that, but she was the first girl to have a girl who was me. But my mother got pregnant with me when she was in high school, her senior year. So I was born just as she graduated. So she graduated. And then, of course, I had my daughter when I was 20, but I wasn't married either. And so when I look now, my daughter is married. She had her children, like, how the way we think we supposed to have everything, so she got married and then she had her kids. So I just think about generational curses. And I just think that's what legacy is to me, breaking them. Just looking and how I can help people break them for themselves, because I look at myself as a silent investor. And so what that means to me is nobody has to know I'm your therapist, right? Nobody has to know that I might have mentored you or that I had any contact with you. But the time that we spend together, it's not just time spent, it's an investment. So I invest in you, and the return on my investment is that you become a better mother, a better father, a better sister, a better husband, a you know, a better worker, a better employer, a better entrepreneur, whatever it is that you're in your life, then you will connect with those people around you, and your circle of influence will be better because of you. So I just want to just invest in people. So that's what legacy is for me. And of course I have, strong faith. And I try to tell people, faith it until you make it. Don't fake it until you make it. So
Wow. If someone could say one thing about you, what would that one thing that you would want them to say about you?
that I think that I was caring. Yeah, that I care. Because sometimes when it's like when you think nobody's there, you know, um, I can be that listening ear, that I was caring enough. I showed up for you. I held space for you. Whatever you needed, I would be there. So I think caring.
Wow. Well, you definitely have a caring spirit. Just from meeting you on today, you have a caring spirit. I thank you for coming by and sharing just a little bit about who you are and the legacy that you are trying to create. You're already doing it. You are creating now legacy. Um, Keep paving the way for our brown boys and girls to know that it's okay to be in the mental health field, and if you need mental health services, it's okay to go lay on the couch or sit on the couch or however you need. Just go get the help that you need. And I thank you guys for just walking in that field, because I know it could not have been easy going into a field where you don't see a lot of people like yourself. There had to have been a lot of challenges. So thank you for not giving up, and thank you for pressing. Thank you for being resilient. Thank you for operating in your power, because you are definitely positioned as an overcomer to be a willing vessel to empower others through your resilience. And I thank you for allowing your power to come through.
Thank you. I just
So,
have one. Can I say
thank
one
you.
last thing? For anybody that's out there watching, don't worry about
Thank
what
you.
happened yesterday. Don't worry about what's going to happen tomorrow, but live intentionally for today.
And I can't say anything else. So I want to thank you guys for tuning in to another episode to Ladies of a Legacy. I am Angela Thomas Smith. Tune in tomorrow, 7 p.m. We have an amazing guest, 96 years young. She's a co-author through the last book that I published, 121 Days of Prayer. So tune in tomorrow, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, live right here, Inspiring Authors Magazine. Love you guys. And guess what? There's absolutely nothing you can do about it. Until next time, be blessed.